So when it is general, there is something there that is for you. It is impossible that there is nothing there for you. You're asking, what if I'm here and I'm washing someone else, or I'm reminding certain people in a very strong voice, and you're saying that I always say, this is for you and for me, take what is in there, if it is for you. And you're saying, what if there's nothing to take? What if there's nothing in there that is for me to take? First, we say, if there's nothing for you to take, don't take, leave it. I will take it. I need it. The reminder is reminder coming from our Sheikh. And our Sheikh, when he gives reminding, he gives a blessing. There is a rahmat, there is a prayer there. You don't want that? Leave it. I will take it. But what makes a man to think that something that is being reminded, especially generally, what makes a man to think, I'm not in there? It doesn't apply to me. His ego makes him not to think that way. Then open the Quran. Open the Quran and read all those events that happened to the earlier nations and say, this doesn't apply to me. Say those ayats doesn't apply to me. Then you're denying those ayats. Then you're in a very big problem, very big trouble there. Because the whole Quran, speaking about the earlier nations, it is a reminder to us. Why is it a reminder to us? Because we are going to repeat those mistakes. We are going to repeat them. So we have to take lesson from it. So when the Sheikh is washing someone up, you take what is for you. What are you going to lose if you do that? Nothing. What are you going to gain? Everything. You're going to gain the blessings. Say, for example, someone is sleeping, and I say, wake up. Now, if you don't care and you just shut off your ears and you say, oh, that doesn't apply to me, you lose it. But if you say, yeah, it applies to me, I should listen a little bit. As a reminder, I should wake up a little bit more, become more alert, become more alive, not to be sunk into that ritual, into that habit of just making a zikr or listening to Sohbet. You understand? That time, what do you gain? You gain everything. Even if those words are not for you, it becomes something that is for you. It turns into a treasure for you. How many times we're saying, there are some who are listening to Sheikh Effendi washing someone up, they really believe, although it's not to them, they take those words as if it is for them personally. You say, yes. Oh, my ego. Say to your ego, oh, my ego, yes. The Sheikh, although is screaming at you. You are like this, you are like this, and you are like this. What happens when you do that? More you are washing up your ego, more you're stepping your ego, more power and faith you're going to have. Because those ones who say it doesn't apply to me, when there is a real sohbet, and maybe that sohbet is especially for you, there's a time says it doesn't apply to me, he loses everything. He loses everything. You understand? Like what we said, the verses of the Quran is speaking about the earlier nations. We can easily say, this is not us. Allah is not talking. He's talking about earlier nations. What has He got to do with me? He has everything to do with you. Everything. So, if you want it, take it. If you don't want it, leave it. I'll take it. I need it. Because what is a sohbet? Sohbet is giving us ammunition against the shaitan, against the dunya, against our ego. So that when later, outside of the sohbet, we enter into a situation where we are being attacked by our ego, attacked by our anger or jealousy, all the wrong characteristics is crowding onto us. We will remember the sohbet and we'll say, okay, Shaykh is saying like this, Hoja is saying like this, I must try. Not like today's murids, they listen to sohbet, later, when something happens to them, they forget the sohbet completely. Say, why are you doing that? I don't know. MashaAllah, you don't know? You are very smart at knowing everything, doing everything according to your ego, then suddenly, you don't know, I cannot control myself. I never see anyone at the dinner table, they're eating and they're doing other business too at the same time. Me asking them, why are you doing that? I cannot control myself. You can control. So why not? Because you don't want to control yourself. It is easy. It becomes a habit. When that becomes a habit, then shaitan easily just sits on your shoulders and directs you. Doesn't matter that time you're sitting at Sohbet 1 million times or 1 billion times. You're not taking it. Like someone, they're being trained to fight the enemy using all the latest weapons, latest technology. The enemy comes, he forgets everything. He drops everything. You lose. Who are we fighting? We're not fighting any group. We're not fighting any nationality. We're not fighting any regime. We're not fighting against any government. We're fighting against our own nafs, against our own ego. We're fighting against our own shaitans. You understand? We're fighting against oppression, beginning with the oppression, the zulm that we have. Then look, what is the oppression that you're making? You being in ghaflat, you're oppressing yourself. You have a family, you're oppressing them too. You're being awake, you understand. Then that time, you do things with intelligence, you do things with himmat, you do things with support. That's the time you're making a zikr and you remember your Sheikh Sohbet. You make progress. Progress is not just going up and down, making Allah, 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 Allah. Later, when real life comes in, you don't know what to do. Or you say, this has nothing to do with Islam. That's what I'm saying earlier. Who is teaching Islam is the lifestyle now? Masjids are teaching Islam is a lifestyle. Where? So where are you going to learn to live Islam if you don't come to the Dergah? Where are you going to learn how to think Islam if it's not at the Dergah? You're going out there, you see something. Where are you seeing? You're seeing something from the internet. Then there are billions of other things on the internet that is saying the opposite to what you've just seen. How are you going to make everything to come together? One voice saying I should do this, 1 million voices say don't do that. So this is ala ni'matil Islam wa sharaf al-iman da'iman alhamdulillah. Ala ni'matil Islam, for the ni'mat, for the favor. I don't like to use the word grace because there's different connotations. For the favor, something that is granted to you. A ni'mat is something that is granted to you. To understand that Islam is granted to us. Don't think I look here, I look there, read here, read there, that I'm taking it. You don't take. It is granted to you. You are searching, yes, because you are sincere, Allah gives it. That's the time you must be more closer to your Lord, because you understand that you are asking and your Lord is answering to you. You don't give the answer. Allah is answering to you. Ala ni'matil Islam wa sharafil iman. With the sharaf. What is sharaf? The honor. The favor of Islam and the honor of belief, of faith, of iman. Iman, faith, to be a believer is not given to everyone. So many people are very happy with just doing robotic actions. Yes, in religion, robotic actions. But it's empty. Empty. You touch them, they make so much sound. Understand? They make so much sound. For the ni'mat of Islam, for the grace, for the favor of Islam, and the sharaf, the honor of belief, we say Alhamdulillah. Forever we must say Alhamdulillah. So we must be intelligent enough, inshallah Rahman, to understand these things. Otherwise, you are in ghaflat easily. Shaitan will just derail you. You get distracted and you hit something, you crash, you lose. You understand? You must be awake. This is what we are doing here at the Dergah, to be awake, not to be in ghaflat. May Allah forgive me and bless you, inshallah. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Yes.
I have a question.